you because I'm telling you because women went off on me crazy when I spoke about Sandra Bland. It doesn't matter who you are. If you step on a trigger, ain't nobody hearing you. It doesn't matter how logical you come. Now, plenty of years have passed since Sandra Bland has been gone. The emotions should have settled by now. The fact of the matter is, when they put that stuff out on the television, they clipped it up to paint a narrative of racism. That's what they did. They did not
orchestrated.
They did not show the whole thing because Prairie View A&M University is a historically black college. It's got a large demographic of black students. The cop that pulled Sandra Bland over was white. And one thing the media left out, because the media is very skilled at stirring the pot. They really are. Now, there are two parts to the Sandra Bland case. There are two sections to the Sandra Bland case. The first section is her traffic stop. The second section is whenever she made it to the jailhouse.
Yeah.
I have never, ever in my life had any commentary on what happened at the jail. I have never made commentary on anything that took place at the jailhouse. My commentary has always been based on the actual traffic stop. When you get the full footage of Sandra Bland's traffic stop, you will find some very interesting things. But let me tell you, because people are so sensitive around race and those topics, it don't matter what you're saying. If you're not painting people as a victim, if you're not showing quote unquote sympathy that people think that you should show them, then they ain't hearing nothing you got to say. And hold on just a second. For those of you who are in the comment section, please understand that this is a conversation. It is not a debate. It is not an opportunity to tear somebody down. This is an opportunity to create understanding and camaraderie. That is what this is about. Flawed Villain will have every opportunity to explain and speak. But right now, I'm trying to show her how it doesn't matter what you say and what your intentions are. If you are stepping on people's emotions, they block you out. They're not trying to understand anything. And so I'm trying to show her how a narrative, what's going on with her is the same thing that happened to me. A narrative gets shifted and painted by emotionally driven people who ain't trying to hear nothing you got to say. And they will take a narrative that they created and run with it and slander your name. This is what they will do. It's been done to me a few times. And so now that people are listening, I'm trying to show you how when you actually pull the whole thing together, because people intentionally clip up stuff.
Absolutely.
To try to make it look like you said something. So as I watched, somebody tagged me to one of those mashup videos. Now, one person sent me a mashup video. This mashup video was different than the one people tagged me to. The one that people tagged me to, I noticed that they intentionally clipped up the video that we talking about right now, where you were talking about where you used Malcolm X and Rosa Parks as an example to show propaganda. They intentionally clipped that up to make it look like you were saying something that you weren't. Because I watched the whole video and then I watched the clip that people intentionally tried to paint a narrative. I saw that. So I'm very fair in my judgment of people and things. I'm not emotionally driven, and you can't trigger me emotionally to lean to one side or another, right? So I like to look at things for myself, and then I formulate conclusions based on that. With the Sandra Bland video, there was a video that the police officers, that the media intentionally left out of the public. They intentionally left this out.
Of course.
And they only clipped up the portion where the cop and her was actually getting into it. The clip that they left out was like a 4-minute clip from the police officer's dash cam. The cop pulled over another black girl before he pulled over Sandra Bland. And that traffic stop, that girl didn't even have no license or insurance. She had no insurance and she had no license, and she was a black girl. That cop gave that girl a warning. He gave her a warning. Right after he gave that girl a warning and she drove off, that's when Sandra Bland she ran the stop sign, and then she drove, and then she switched lanes without a signal. He pulls up behind her. He was going to give her a warning too. He was about to give her a warning too. But Sandra Bland had a series of videos prior to that where she wanted to be a vigilante. She wanted to be a vigilante. And so she was always following these cop killings like Tamir Rice and all of that. And she was building up an online persona that she would handle the police differently. She wanted to be a vigilante. When she got pulled over by this cop, all that energy that she had built up prior to that by following all of these cop killings and stuff, she took it as an opportunity to show the cop that she wasn't going to back down. That's what she did. The cop was very polite to her. He was very, very, very polite to her. And she was being extremely disrespectful. I mean, extremely. Until she pushed the cop to ask her to get out the car.
Interesting.
When that happened, you want to know what Sandra Bland told that cop? She said, let's do this. She said, let's do this. Sandra Bland was trying to get into it with the cop. The cop had to wrote her a fucking warning. Sandra Bland would not have ever gone, she would have never been arrested. She would have never gone to the jailhouse, ever, because he had to wrote her a warning. Hold on, let me say this. Listen to me. This is the type of stuff that y'all don't like. Y'all come here because you a fan of one person. You're not here to hear a conversation between her. You're here to hear Flawed Villain talk. And if all you want to hear is Flawed Villain speak, and Flawed Villain don't have no problem with me talking to her and explaining to her what I'm explaining to her, because it's a lot of y'all that's slandering her name and doing whatever you're doing and didn't want to hear her say shit. You didn't want to hear her say nothing when y'all was out here telling her that she racist and all that. You didn't give a damn what she had to say. Now that she on my page, you want me to shut the fuck up and just let her talk. I'm talking to her. And I'm explaining something to her. And when I'm